Let's go. BOSS. Big money, best dress. Call me CEO. I be cutting on the checks. Yes. Clap, 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 clap. If you know you bad. Since you want a baddest trend, let me call up now. So, yo. Let's get into it, okay? We bad boys, República Dominicana, ya sabes, okay? Yo, it's been hectic, okay? But anyway, guys, let's get into it, okay? The episode started with Paris and Karma's fear. So you remember in the previous episode, Jada, the bulldozer, was, instigating a fight between, I guess, Paris and Karma. And it was like, Karma says he's trying to get there with Paris. Like, on that messy shit. So that was basically what the fade was about, right? So Paris and Karma, they ran their fade. And Paris was then outside, like, all the way fucked up. Like, apparently, with a dislocated arm. So I don't know how. I don't know whether I don't know whether Karma is the one who dislocated his arm, or maybe he just hit something wrong, some type shit. But anyway, yeah, he was outside and he was like, well, we fucked up. So Shadi was busy barking like a dog. That was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie, Shadi, that was lit, y'all. That was so lit. And Jada the bulldozer obviously did not like that. I feel like Jada was like, So Jada was feeling some type of way, and Jada snuck him, and he bulldozed the curtains. So Jada did admit that he snuck Shadi. And yeah, but I ain't finna say shit because I said the same thing. Jada said something that I also said. He said you've been trying to sneak me, and it's like it was a whole thing. So Jada was like, nah, nigga, I don't like this. You keep trying to sneak me, and so I guess this was Jada's moment to get his lick back. So then the camera it pans over to Pootie. And Pootie is in the bathroom, and he just, I don't know, y'all. Like the way Pootie was just standing, I'm like, so is y'all finna get this nigga to a hospital, or maybe they was waiting for the ambulance? I don't know, cause sometimes this should be looking like it's taking a long time, but it ain't. Cause remember, they be filming in one day or some shit, and then it'd be like fucking 2 episodes or some shit. So. Yeah, but I was worried because I'm like, damn, Pootie been out here in them streets, girl, and this nigga's probably losing blood. Like, we don't want the nigga to die, the fate. We don't want the fate. So, Paris, he comes in and he's crashing out. Like, he's crashing out because his arm is, like, fucked up. Like, it's dead ass. Like, it got dislocated. And, they decided that he also need to take a bus with Pootie to the hospital. Like, Paris got fucked up, and I feel like there's PhD, right? So the PhDs, they there. But the problem is, I feel like the PhDs, they've got their limits. Like, there's certain things that they are able to do, and then there's certain restrictions that come in. So if you get injured to the point where the PhD in the house can't help you, then you're gonna have to go to the hospital and get medical treatment, right? So yeah, in the next scene, Landon, he was in the bathroom with Pootie, and he saw that Pootie's jaw is dented, like. So they then escort them out, to go to the hospital. I think Landon, I don't know if Landon went with with the hospital, or he was just like escorting them to the hospital. So they kept telling the cameras to get out their face and shit. And y'all, like, when I say the cameraman, he ain't give no fakes. Like, he was out there and he was like, I think Landon, he kept saying, like, get the camera out of my face. The part that actually made me laugh the most was when, what's his name? Pootie was like, bitch. So basically, Landon was like, obviously, I feel like it was like adrenaline, and at the same time, he's kind of worried about Pootie and worried about where Pootie is gonna go, or where he's gonna get like treatment, right? So he's just all up in his feels. Yeah, so the cameraman is just obviously he's doing his job. Like, this thing of y'all sit here and you want the cameraman to be literally doing his job. You want the cameraman to get every single angle when you guys is fighting with other people, when you beating other people up, when you're getting in the paint, the cameraman must be getting all the fucking angles. But now, when you fuck that, now the cameraman's supposed to be in his fucking ass. Make it make sense. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. The fake. Anyway, so yeah, Landon was like, get the camera out of my face. And then Pootie was like, bitch. And I'm just laughing because I'm like, damn, Pootie, bitch. You saying bitch? Like, bitch? You actually be saying that to you, girl. You supposed to be getting your mouth fixed, not running your mouth. You shouldn't be running your mouth, bitch. But anyway. So they like kind of, get their scene when they go into the hospital and shit. And then Cecito, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I'm trying to like figure out like if Cecito was trying to be messy or not. Like I'm trying to figure out because Cecito, he's going to Detective Samad and he's going to basically get a lighter from Detective Samad. And because El Juan is sitting like literally right next to Detective Samad, he stood up because he thought Cecito actually trying to sneak. And to be quite honest with you, I don't blame him. I don't blame him, gal, because in this house, people be sneaking. Not in this house, on these shows, people be sneaking. Like, you never know. Like, on these shows, you don't ever put your guard down. Even the bitches that you do fuck with, bro. Even the bitches that you do fuck with, or the niggas that you do fuck with, you never put your guard the fuck down, okay? So, El Juan, he was like, you on some fuck shit. I feel like you is on some fuck shit, and I on this shit. So then El Juan, he then squares up on Cecito. Like, it was so funny. It was so funny because it was almost like he was, like, El Juan, he squared up, but Cecito, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out whether Cecito was trying to be like sneak or not, cause Cecito didn't square up. Like he didn't look like he wanted to fight, and he was like he's jumping up and like he's literally getting ready and shit. And I'm just like, bro, you squaring up and your opponent is just standing like a fucking garden gnome. Like you ain't doing shit. He ain't trying to fight. Like what the fuck? Oh my god. So yeah, El Juan, he squared the fuck up. And Cecito, he was just like, bleh. But either way, El Juan, after squaring up, he then tried to fight Cecito. But Cecito kept like he ran the fake. Cecito, he ran the fake. Okay, like he ran the fake. So that didn't happen, okay? And I was kind of surprised because I'm like, Cecito always be like, he always be the one to be trying to get it. And now, so it's like you be popping your shit. You be starting with El Juan. You be doing all of this. And then now when El Juan is trying to meet you or match your energy, now you fucking a garden gnome, bitch. Oh my god, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bro. The fake. So he ran the fake. And then, El Juan was just like, I'm so over this shit at this point. Because, what the fake? So, yeah, they then run a fed. And yo, when I say Juan, he got Cecito. Like, he got Cecito. So, it's like, but one thing I will keep saying though is like Cecito, as much as, yeah, I do feel like in some instances, like, Juan, he can be a problem. But Cecito, like, for the most part, I feel like he's the one that really added fuel to this fire. I'm not gonna act like El Juan is innocent, but we definitely can say Cecito, he's the one with the firewood, the gas, and the lighter. El Juan, he's just got a plate and he will just be fanning. He'll be like fanning the fire to make sure that it's popping and shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that happened. And then Island CEO, he is like, he's so ready to mess Karma the fake. Cause Island CEO, he feels like, oh, okay, since, Karma, he walked into this house and, he did his big one as he should. Like, I don't know about anyway, as he should. So now Island CEO was feeling some type of way like, I need to get this nigga cause I need to get this nigga. Ain't no motherfucking way you finna get away scot-free. So Island Boy, he was trying to get that shit. And they Eventually he did catch up with, Karma. Cause, I mean, shit. He ended up, like, kind of beating the fuck out of Karma. Like, you know, and it's kind of expected. I feel bad because Karma is like this little guy. But then it's like, when you look at what he did to Pootie, it's like, so I feel like Karma, he just has to fight twice as more than an average sized person would, because it's not like he can fight, it's not like he can, it's just I feel like because of his height, that's why it's, well, not the height, but his height, actually, sorry, but because of his height, it's gonna be a thing where he has to work literally twice as hard. So yeah, but yeah, Island CEO, he did kind of like beat the fuck out of Karma. So it's like, okay, yeah, they even ejected Karma from the couch, yo. That was so fucked up. But I had to like rewatch it so that I can see like what. Cause I am sorry, when I rewatched the replay, then I saw like the security was basically trying to like pull him away from Island CEO. So it just ended up happening that the security, because you guys know, like the security, they big, and well, everybody's like, it's not easy to get the people off of each other. So when you're pulling them apart, you kind of have to like, you have to pull them apart with all your might and all your force. So I feel like the security was trying to pull Karma away from Island Boy, but he forgot that, like, Karma isn't gonna, like, he's not that heavy. So I felt like he was using unnecessary force. So it ended up looking like he was being ejected because the security like pulled him the fake when he didn't need to. Yo, this shit is funny as fake. Anyway, yeah. So, that happened, and Juan and Cecito, they go at it again. Yo, as usual. But anyway, Jada steps in and says that, Juan must leave Cecito alone, or else Jada is gonna smack Juan. But anyway, yo, this is funny as fuck. Chiquito starts crashing out. De nuevo. And he throws the bed off, like he throws the bed like on the floor and shit, like off the balcony. So I don't know what y'all was told or briefed, because it seems like everybody now is just like freaking throwing the beds off the balcony. Like y'all be just throwing the beds off, like, I don't know what that is, but anyway, y'all need to get an asylum, yeah. What the fuck? So he throws a bed on over the balcony and shit, and Shaman Noel, had to calm him the fuck down, cause girl, Shaman, he's at work, he gotta work. I've been up all night trying to get there. I've been working on my shit. Milk the whole game tight, trying to get how I live. I've been working on my shit. Now I get it spark. So yeah, that's what Shaman Noel is on. You know what I'm saying? And then, they set him down and they started like talking to Chiquito and shit like that. And he was just basically like explaining himself and shit. And I mean, that's fine, to be quite honest with you, because I'd rather have Chiquito crashing out like this, because at least it makes more sense than for him to be screaming, "Hey, you don't know, you know." And like, because when you're crashing out, like screaming like that, at that point, it's almost like you're asking for a fade, At least now you're crashing out peacefully. It's like a violent protest versus a peaceful protest, At least now he's protesting peacefully. So now we're hearing you. Your message is loud and clear. Even though I don't know why you're crashing out, Chiquito, because I honestly don't. Like, yo, Chiquito's been very quiet, actually. I haven't, like, yo, Chiquito and Cozinho. Is Cozy still even here? Guys, is Cozy even still in the house? Because I ain't hear shit. So, yeah, Chiquito, he crashed out and, had his shit. So, Island CEO, Karma, and Shadi tried to run feed, but it didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. It ain't happen. So the boys, they was then trying to calm like Chiquito down, since cause Chiquito was still like he was still having his moment, but other shit was taking place. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, they was like comforting him and shit while other shit was taking place. But yeah, then the camera, it pans over to the hospital. And Paris, he was on some, I don't know what these bitches is saying. Like, Cause the so basically like they was in the hospital, and you guys gotta remember like they in República Dominicana, so they don't understand Spanish. Cause Spanish speaking countries, when they girl Spanish speaking countries, they don't have time for English. Okay, it's Spanish. So Paritos and some, I don't know what these bitches is saying and shit. And then, the doctors, they said apparently that, Pooty's jaw was fractured or some shit. So it wasn't broken, I guess. It was fractured. Which I guess is better. So Landon, then he goes to the phone room to let his friend know, about Pooty's jaw being broken shit. And how he finna roll banger like a fucking egg roll. Like, that made me laugh. He was like, I'm finna roll that fucking bitch like a motherfucking egg roll with teriyaki sauce, bitch. I ain't finna play with you, bitch. Soy sauce, bitch. Chopsticks, hoe. Bye-bye. Landon had me, yo. I was dead. I was like, yo. I was laughing. He didn't even say all that shit about the teriyaki sauce and like soy sauce, and that was me with the chopsticks. But he was just like, I'm finna roll that bitch like a fucking egg roll, bitch. Teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, bitch, chopsticks. The thing. Like, anyway, Paris, he comes back, in the house, high as fuck. Like, that nigga was high as a kite. And I'm just there like, bow, bow. But he got high legally. I was walking down the street, but then I got high. Then I got high, and then I got high. That was like, that was what the fuck Paris was eyeing. Dead ass, bro. So I'm like, okay, cool. So Paris, he came back in the house. Then I got high. And, from the anesthesia. And, he went to do like a quick like gossip with Seisito and Jetta the bulldozer. Cause, he ain't Spain though. Like, he got messed up. Like his hand or his arm is messed up. So he actually came to like get his shit so that he can go stay at the hotel or some shit. So yeah, they gossiped and shit, had their little chit chat, and then Paris he packed his shit up to go stay at the hotel. So y'all, that was it for this episode. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what's gonna happen next episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna check y'all, cause bow, bow, bow. The fuck was say.